Thank you for coming. You guys look lovely. I work on the project. Does anyone watch that show?
Yes.
Not enough, to be honest. I heard one very sad clap at the back there. You started clapping and then you felt the rest of the room not go with you. I've never heard a clap just fade in real time. Well, I respect it. Thank you. I do work on the project. It's an interesting thing to work on because it's a very famous show. Like, you could make an argument that it's the most famous show in the country, but I am not famous. See? Hear that? None of you rushed to my aid just then. None of you were like, actually, Sam, I think you'll find you're the most well-known guy around. No, but it's weird because everyone kind of knows my face, right? Because you see it in a gym or something, just walking past. That's how people consume the show. And it's weird because people know my face, but they don't know where I'm from, and they're kind of confused about that. The other day I was on the street in Smith Street, and a guy from the other side of the road saw me, and he just goes, "Oi! The project!" He yelled it over a tram to get to me. He wanted me to know that much. Yelled it. It was from the other side of the street. And I was feeling pretty chuffed. I was on cloud nine. So I yelled back, "Thanks for watching, mate." And then he yelled back, "I don't." And I was like, well, you see how that's confusing for an individual like myself. I'm very excited to do this show. I love doing this show. It's about the things that I love in my life. The key points about the things that I love. Number one at the list, my favourite thing in the entire world is my girlfriend. She's terrific. She's not here. She's actually running late for the show. And she texted me. She's like 5 minutes away. I'm like, I start in 2. So she's the best. So she's a small, angry Argentinian woman. That wasn't a joke, but thank you for laughing. So, do you guys know what they say about Argentinian women? No, okay, that actually was a genuine question. If anyone has any information, please help me out, guys. She's South American, right? And what that means, all the stereotypes about South American people, they're true. Let me tell you. They feel all the emotion, like all of it. They have a thought, it's coming out verbally immediately. It's straight away, it's like thought out. Never once have I looked at my girlfriend and been like, I wonder what she's thinking about. Right, there's no mystery. She just screams at it. She's like, I'm hungry, just tells me. And it's hard for me, right, because she feels all the emotion. She's South American, right? She feels it all. And then I'm, like I assume a lot of the people in here, I'm Australian, and as you guys would know, we feel nothing. Like, no, we don't do. We feel fucking nothing at all. We have a thought, we get sad, we lock it in for 80 years, we die. Like, that's what it means to be. That's what the Anzacs fought for, and they're true. Our right to be mute. So what's hard though is that's the energy in our household. We live together, and she's feeling everything all at once, and I'm feeling nothing all the time. We clash a bit, but it's all good fun. I never know how it's going to play. The other day we were driving. I was driving. She was in the passenger seat. We were having a bit of fun. And this guy cut me off in traffic, right? I'm driving along. She's in the passenger seat. And this is how I handled it when the guy cut me off. You guys will love this. You'll get a real kick out of this. This guy cuts me off, so I beeped him. I just went beep. Like that. That's a bit of good, clean fun, isn't it? The horn beep. You're allowed to do that, aren't you? It's great. It's impressive, really, when you think about it, the horn beep, It's actually kind of, when you think about it, it's kind of like masculinity in 2024. That's all we've got left, that horn. That's why you just see men out there just going, beep, beep. It's hunter-gatherer shit, is what I'm saying. It's impressive, right? So I turned to my girlfriend thinking she'd be like, whoa, bit of alpha energy in the car right now. But instead, little Miss Maradona was sitting there staring back at me, and without missing a beat, she just goes, follow him. And I was like, oh, I think there's a new alpha in the car. Potentially. And then get this, I was like, what? I was like, why should I follow him? And again, like blank face staring at me, she said, because we're going to kill him. Murder. That's where we're at in our relationship. Some couples are going away for a weekend in an Airbnb. No, we're going to bury a body in the bush. That's what true love is. And so at this point, I was like, I don't think we should murder this guy, track him down. That seems a bit excessive. And then she sighed. This is true. She went, ugh. And she looked at me and she said, Sam, you have no self-respect. Self-respect. Apparently that's all you need to commit a murder. That's it. Ted Bundy wasn't a psychopath. He just believed in himself. We hang out a lot together with each other. We don't have many friends. That's a weird thing to admit into a... We're like in our 30s, you know, they all just disappear, don't they, slowly? It's like you're the last ones at a party. They slowly just trail off. So we hang out a lot together, which is great. I love it. We play a lot of games together with each other. Often I don't know the games. Like often I don't know we're in the game. But arguably that makes the game more exciting because you're like, fuck, what are the rules? What are we doing here? The other day we were watching TV. Often for work I have to watch movies, right? They send me movies when we're interviewing someone and I had to watch the new Mission Impossible movie, right? So I was at home, I was watching that. My girlfriend walks into the room and she's like, what are you watching? And I was like, Mission Impossible. And she goes, I don't want to watch Mission Impossible. And I said, that's okay. What would you like to watch? And get this right, guys, get this. She suggested a Netflix documentary about the female orgasm. And I was like, okay, game on. That's what's happening. You know, I didn't know we were suggesting things that we want the other to improve in the relationship. And I was like, well, let me pick a movie that maybe depicts our relationship. If you're doing it, like, I'll have a bit of fun with it. And so I was like, I went cute with it. I was like, hey, how about we watch P.S. I Love You. That's cute. And then she went, ugh. And then I was like, all right, you pick another one. She said, how about we watch To All the Boys I've Loved Before? I was like, something's definitely afoot right now. Anyway, so she won the debate. We ended up watching the documentary on the female orgasm. We popped it on. And let me tell you, very similar plotline to Mission Impossible. I spent the entire time being like, this is unrealistic. It's Hollywood fantasy, really. And the plots were very similar. I'm being serious. The plots were very similar. Because if it was going to happen, it would take a lot of planning and 3 extra men to help out. So... I don't know. Is she here yet? I have no idea. I don't know if she saw that one. I love being a comedian. That's the other thing I love doing. Love doing comedy. It's the best job in the world. Earlier this year, I was supposed to go to India. This is a crazy sentence I'm about to tell you. I was supposed to go to India for work, but I had to do like a visa, right? I don't know if you've ever tried to go to India before, but the work visas especially are very complex. There's a lot of paperwork. They're kind of skeptical. And on my visa thing for occupation, I wrote comedian. Because I am a comedian. And I sent that off to the Indian government. Next day, I get an email and they're like, hey, Sam, we noticed your visa is attached to a TV show called The Project. We think you're a journalist and you're lying to us about being a comedian. And I was like, well, obviously you didn't watch The Project. Because if you did, you know I'm definitely not a fucking journalist. I don't know why I'm on the show either. I'm just as confused as everyone else. So then they said this, and this was a curveball. They said, please show proof that you're a comedian. Proof. I didn't know what I was going to write a one-liner in the reply on Gmail. Flick it back over. Fingers crossed that gets me through. They said, please attach proof. There was an attachment button, right? They said, please attach proof that you're a stand-up comedian. So this is true. Earlier this year, I sent the Indian government like 7 videos of me doing stand-up comedy. Some of my best stuff. I sent these guys. The Mission Impossible joke, it was there. I've sent them a full 1-hour comedy special. It's on Paramount Plus right now. I sent them a full 1-hour comedy special, 7 hours of stand-up comedy, and the Indian government cancelled my visa. I don't know if you've ever been heckled by a foreign government before, but that one takes a bit to bounce back from, let me tell you. 1.4 billion people being like, fucking no way, absolutely not. And all I can think about is that earlier this year there was a guy in India and his job that day was just to watch videos of my... They were like, don't worry about terrorism, brother, we've got something way worse for you to sift. And he watched 7 hours, a full working day, essentially, of my stand-up comedy, and at the end of it he was like, no, this man's a fucking terrorist, for sure. Do not let him through. And now it was so embarrassing. I told all my friends, all 3 of them, that I was going to India. I'd just see them on the street. They're like, what happened? I'd have to be like, not funny enough. They'd get sad. It's not bad. And I don't know if you follow Indian politics closely, but Prime Minister Modi, people aren't happy with him. There's a lot of protests. People aren't happy about certain things he's doing. I think I'm going to join the protests. I've got a dog in the fight now. They'll be marching, be like, freedom of religion. I'll be like, also, is it a crime to have a laugh, Modi, huh? So I didn't get to go to India, but work came back with a counteroffer and they said, how would you like to go to the zoo? kind of the same. I like going to the zoo. It's good fun. You always see something you didn't expect to see at the zoo, which is, it opens your mind, which is exciting. I was at the zoo. We were filming a segment, but I was there and I was walking on the path. I was going to look at the gorillas. And as I was walking, there was like a bush turkey. You know bush turkeys? Those birds, they look dead, but they're alive. It was walking with me on the path. Now, the bush turkey, I need to point out, was not part of the zoo. It just happened to be at the zoo. It had chosen could have gone anywhere in the world, and it chose to. Isn't it funny that there's animals that don't have to be at the zoo that are choosing to go to the zoo? It seems a bit insensitive. I think the other animals would be like, could you fuck off, bush turkey? We're stuck here. You have freedom to roam. It's just walking. It'd be like me going for dinner at the prison cafeteria and just sitting down with the inmates, tucking in, being like, oh, God, I love what you've done with the place. It's great. Actually, I've got to get out of here, but you stay, I think. My girlfriend's very healthy as well. She's a health freak. I'm not. She's into it. She goes to yoga. She looks after her body. She thinks about her body. She's even got a GP, her own GP, that she goes to, a regular GP. Isn't that crazy? That's sickening. She goes to this GP every time. I don't have a GP. I have a different approach to health. What I do every time I need to go to the doctor, I Google closest bulk billing medical centre. Free rebate. It's actually smart. I've got 45 GPs alone. I'm actually ahead of the game in this state. What it means, though, when you roll the dice with your healthcare is if you go to these bulk billing medical centres, you don't actually get the best healthcare. I don't know where these doctors come from, but they're there, and that's all that matters sometimes. I went in to see the doctor the other day, and as I walked into the consultation room. He's like, come in here, sir. And as I sat down on the desk, on his desk, my doctor had a half-drunk 2-litre bottle of Sunkist. And then he just proceeded to drink the Sunkist throughout our entire consultation. Have you ever been to the doctors worrying about their health? Because that's where I was like, we need to do a food diary here, champ. What are you popping in that cup? What a professional setting to drink 2 litres of arguably the funniest soft drink of the month. No one's ever needed a Sunkist. A Coke maybe, but and he was just slurping it throughout the... All I could think about, what is if he had to give me bad news whilst drinking 2 litres of orange soft drink? Just being like, I'm so sorry, Sam, you don't have long left. It's like, motherfucker, I don't think you have long left, to be honest. If that's how you're treating your body. And so I went in, right, because I had a sore throat. That's why I went to the doctor. I think I had like a virus or something. And I walked in, he's sipping on the Sunkist. And I didn't want to tell him at this point because, what's he going to prescribe? At this point, I think my medical knowledge is above his. I'll be like, I've got a sore throat. He'll be like, have a mouthful of whipped cream and a Red Bull, you'll be right. Finally, I built up the courage and I was like, look, I've got a sore throat, doc. I think I need some antibiotics. I was like, have you heard of those? I was trying to help him out at this point. I don't know if you covered that at TAFE or wherever you got your degree. But I was like, I've got a sore throat. And my doctor heard this. He put the Sunkist down and he looked up at me, big smile on his face, right? My shitty doctor heard me say, I've got a sore throat. And he looked at me, big smile, and he goes, sore throat? What's the lucky fella's name? Now, I've been alive for 33 years, okay? Nothing has prepared me for how to deal with that social situation. That's a curveball, isn't it? When your doctor makes a mildly homophobic joke then sculls 2 litres of orange soft drink in front of you. No one's prepared for that. And then he just kept staring at me. He wanted an answer, eyes locked. And I just panicked, and I just said, Kevin. And then he just wrote that down. He goes, Kevin. I was like, no, not on my record. Now that's locked in forever. There's different medical shit I might need to worry about with. And then he just moved on. And in my head, I was like, I guess I'm with Kevin. And then he comes back to it a few minutes later. He's like, what's Kevin up to today? And I should have stopped at that point. But before my mouth just goes before. I don't know why it just goes, he's at work. And then he goes, what does he do for a job? And at this point, I was like, well, fuck it. It's my fantasy now. I was like, he's a lawyer, actually. Works with refugees. And he goes, Kevin sounds like a great guy. I said, yeah, I'm very lucky. Anyway, we get to the end of the consultation. I'm like, I'll just go to another doctor. It's fine. I've set this up. I've got 45 other doctors in this. I can pick and choose which one I want. But as I was about to leave, he goes, Sam, before you go, how's your anxiety going? I saw it on the chart here. Do you need any more Valium? So now Kevin and I are very happy together. I'm trying to learn Spanish for my girlfriend. It's her first language. I think it's the right thing to do. Is anyone trying to learn a language in here? Okay, hell yeah. This is my kind of crowd. Underachievers. Love it. Well, you guys won't relate to the intellect I'm on that I'm about to tell you. But it's hard out there. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I've got a tutor, Hectorcito. He comes to my house and he tries to teach me Spanish. What I'm learning about trying to learn Spanish, and I didn't think this would happen, but what I'm trying to learn about myself, learning about Spanish, is that I don't know how to speak English. And that's a huge thing to learn about yourself. I thought I spoke English pretty well. I do it for a job, but no, don't know anything. The other day in a lesson, he goes, Sam, it's an adverb. It's the same as in English. I was like, well, you might have to run me through that one as well. An adverb, do I just add two verbs together? I could do that. He goes, conjugate the verb. It's the same as in English. I was like, are you speaking a third language now? Because I've never heard these words before in my life. Now he's teaching me English and Spanish. We go back to back. We just knock them out together. I downloaded Duolingo the other day. He goes, you should get English as well, just to be safe. Wouldn't hurt running through from the start, I reckon. What he was telling me, though, about trying to learn another language, he said English is a very hard language to be your base language to try to learn another one from, because in English, we break a lot of rules. We do a lot of stupid things that other languages don't do. And we also do things on a minor level. We spell words differently, like country to country. Like in Australia, we spell mum, M-U-M. In the UK, they do as well. In America, they spell it with an O. It's like mom, like that. Sorry for the accent work this far into the show. But there's a heap of different words they do, like this. Pedophile is another one. They spell differently. So I didn't mean to yell I really lent on pedophile. No, but that's a word, weirdly, to bring it up, that's a word that I've never been able to spell properly. Like, they spell it differently in different countries. I always struggle to spell it. And I was thinking about this the other day after my Spanish lesson. And I was like, well, of all the words to not be able to spell, pedophile, pretty good one. Because it doesn't mean I'm not a pedophile. But if you were one, I reckon you'd know how to spell it. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a spelling test, guys. It's fine. Everyone relax. I'm just saying it's a quick test we could put to people. I'm coming to the table with a solution for this problem. But it is, like, it's a hard word to spell. And I think my theory checks out. Like, croquet is a very difficult word to spell. But if you were playing every weekend, I think it would autocorrect in your chat. Guys, it's a joke about spelling, okay? But what it means is I can't spell it. And I was thinking about this the other day, because what I do when I have to spell it, because I'm in a group chat with a bunch of other Australian men, and because of toxic masculinity, we call each other pedophiles a lot. It's not a great situation to be in, but I'm here. Don't blame me, blame society, okay? But because I can't spell it, what I have to do is I have to Google the word pedophile, and then I copy that and I put it into the group chat. I was thinking about this the other day. I reckon I've Googled the word pedophile 100 times this year. I'm on a government list now, for sure. ASIO have my name circled. They're like, we're dealing with an illiterate pedophile here. They're probably having meetings about me. They probably don't know what to do. They're probably like, we should send him back to school, but we can't. There's kids there. So now I've got to get the government off my back, you know? So now every day I wake up and I Google something different to change the algorithm, so they don't think that thing that I'm not about me. So every morning I wake up and I Google, I'm not a pedophile. And I think that should do it. Pedophiles are in the media. I'm still going on this. I'm charging through. But pedophiles are in the media a lot. That's the first thing I noticed when I started working on the project. How often we have a story about pedophiles. And it's crazy. When the Epstein Island thing happened, when Jeffrey Epstein had that island with all these rich people and there was underage people there, we reported on that like every day. And my job on the show, I don't know if you watch, is to be funny. Sometimes the subject material is quite difficult for that. I had a meeting with my boss and he sat me down. He goes, Sam, have you got anything on this Epstein's Island stuff? And I was like, the pedophile island? I was like, I have nothing. What could I possibly have? And he goes, all right, well, see how you go. See how you go on national TV. The most high-risk, low-reward joke possible. And I had to think about it. It's tough. For about 4 days, I was trying to write jokes about it. It's tough. This is the best I came up with. Stephen Hawking was on the island, right? And also David Copperfield was on the island, right? And I was like, well, there could be comedy there. David Copperfield, he's a magician, right? This is my joke. I said, David, I bet you he wishes that island could disappear. See, it's fucking hard, all right? I'm a professional comedian. That's the best I could come up with. Stephen Hawking, he was on the island, astrophysicist Stephen Hawking, and there's nothing funny about that. Nothing funny at all about Stephen Hawking on Epstein's island. I can't think of anything funny about Stephen Hawking on Epstein's island. And say what you want. Jeffrey Epstein, one of the worst people to ever live. It's good he's dead. He's a horrible criminal, terrible person. It's good he's dead. But it is good to know the island was wheelchair accessible. If you're looking for a bright side on a otherwise horrific story, where the NDIS failed, Epstein excelled, is all I'm saying. There's some positives. My favourite story from the whole Epstein's Island saga, and you shouldn't have a favourite bit, but I do have one favourite bit, was that when the flight list came out and all the people were documented, there was a guy called David Koch that was on the island. Not our Kochie, don't get too excited. There was an American billionaire called David Koch who was on the island, and when it came out, our Kochie, Australia's Kochie, he wrote a tweet being like, to whom it may concern, I, David Koch, was not on Epstein's Island. And I read that tweet and I was like, motherfucker, no one thought you were on the island. These are the world's billionaire elites. Do you think they're gathered around being like, guys, I've got a real treat for you. Do you watch Sunrise? This guy's going to talk to you about the Port Adelaide Football Club. Maybe that's where they found the cash cow. I don't know. I love working on the project. It's my favourite job I've ever had. Potentially the only job I've ever had. I love it because I get to talk. I love talking. It's my favourite thing to do. I'm an annoying talker. I said that a few months ago in Brisbane. I said I'm annoying. And a woman in the crowd just went, yeah. Just like it just came out of her. So like she didn't mean to do it, just naturally. She heard annoying, she went, yeah. I am annoying. I talk to people in all situations when you shouldn't talk to them. On planes, I'm a big plane talker. I know, the worst guy. You sit next to me on a plane, within minutes, I'm like, hey. I'm that guy, and we've all sat next to me. You've sat next to a version of me before. You sit down and immediately I'll be like, hey, where are you off to? And then you'll have to be like, well, probably the same place as you. And then I act like I've never heard that before. I'm like, oh yeah, that's so funny, because it's not a bus, is it? It's a plane. I was on a plane recently and we were sitting there, we'd all boarded and we were waiting to take off. And the pilot came on the speaker. I've never heard this before, ever, on a plane. He gets on the speaker and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but the plane won't turn on. Have you ever heard that before? The plane. I didn't know there was an on button up there. I don't know what I thought was happening. In my head, they're just always on and they're in the sky. I don't know. And then he goes, I tried it a few times, but yeah, it just won't turn on. And I was like, is this a 94 Toyota Corolla? What the fuck is going on up there? And then he gets on the speaker and he goes, don't worry though. He goes, I've called a guy. He's going to come and see if he can get it turned on. I was like, did you just call the RSEV, motherfucker? What? You shouldn't be doing what I would do in that situation. You should be better than me. Anyway, when this all happened, right, he's like, the plane won't turn on. I could just feel the weight. It was weird because it's a Virgin flight. And I could just feel the weight, right? There was an energy in the flight. The weight of like 40 dads just all packed into this flight all at once thinking, I'll come up there, mate. I reckon I could get it turned on. Don't you worry. Pop it in second. Give us a push. We'll get this going. So I felt an energy, right? This was happening. There was a lull. I needed to stand up, right? So I turned to the lady next to me and I was like, oh, plane won't turn on, huh? And then I said, what is this, huh? Like a 94 Toyota Corolla? And then she looked back at me and she just went, no. She knowed me in the moment. You can't get around a no. She goes, no. And I'm like, oh, fuck, all right, sorry. I was like, I reckon that's funny enough to record in a comedy special. Turns out it's not enough when we're trapped in a tube and can't move. Because that's what I've learned about small talk. Because I love small talk. I think it's the best type of talk. Is that you need a dance partner. The other day I was at work. Now, where we film the show, the project, it's in a big building. There's other people that work in the building. I don't know everyone, right? And I walked into an elevator. And as I walked in, I was with my buddy. We walked in. There was already a woman in the elevator. Now, I've never understood the social etiquette about what you're supposed to do in an elevator when it comes to chat. I don't know if you say hello when you walk in. All I know for sure is you definitely don't say goodbye if you haven't said hello. That's, if you ever want to feel alive, give that a crack. Next week, get into an elevator, say nothing as you walk in, and as the person leaves, just go, see you, mate. Their brains explode. It's incredible. I did it recently. I was in an elevator. I walked, didn't even know there was someone else in there with me. I'm scrolling away. He walks out. Without even realising, I just went, see you, buddy. He walked out of the elevator, looked back at me, stared at me like I had just done a shit in my hands in front of him, then started wiping it all over my face. I've never seen a more confused man. And he didn't even say goodbye at this point. At this point, he just went, okay, and then the doors closed. He's in therapy now. He's like, why would he say goodbye if he didn't say hello and break the social contract? So I walked into this elevator with my buddy, right? We walk in, there's already a lady in the elevator, right? And she's smiling to see us, which is never a good sign, to be honest. We walk in, as soon as we walk in, she goes, hi. And I was like, it's fucking on, let's go. Let's jump off this cliff together. So she goes, hi, and I don't know why I did this, because this is not who I am, but she said hi, and to her hi, I went, g'day. Like, I know, it's not me, it was like a Russell Crowe-esque, Chris Hemsworth, g'day, like that. And then she heard my g'day, and she like pricked up, she went, oh, and then she said this, and this threw me. She goes, where are you from? And I was like, Australia. And then she did a little fist bump. She went, yes. And then she went, I thought so. What? What do you mean, you thought so? What are the odds that a man in Australia with a thick Australian accent in Melbourne, Australia, who says g'day, the most famous Australian saying there is going to be Australian? That's not a fist pump. That's not worthy. And she looked the happiest I've ever seen anyone, ever. And that's when I realised, I was like, you know what? A lot of us, we're struggling, right? We're looking for satisfaction in things where the game is too high. We're asking too many big questions. The Middle East, how do we solve it? Doesn't matter. Climate change, who cares? We need to tone it down. That's how you achieve true happiness. She's probably getting in an Uber right now. She's probably like, what's this box called that moves? And the owner's like, it's a car. She goes, fucking thought so. Now that, Jessica. That's happiness right there. So she's got a big grin on her face, and I was kind of annoyed, to be honest. So I said to her, I was like, why did you just ask me where I was from? That's kind of a weird question, just to ask someone you've never met before. And then she goes, oh, I'm sorry. She goes, it's just a fun game I like to play. I'm really good at it. I just am good at guessing where people are from. And I was like, okay, sure. And now at this point, I should point out for context, my buddy who was in the lift, he hasn't said anything, right? And he's a black guy, right? He's just standing there. He hasn't said anything at all. So he pipes up and he goes, okay, where are you from? Do me now. Wow. And she goes, I don't want to play anymore. And I was like, that's a nice way for this story to end, I think. Small talk got serious real quick. Another thing I love in my life, I love my family. I don't get to see them enough anymore. They all live in different parts of this goddamn country. It sucks. I don't get to see my dad much anymore. I talk to him on the phone a bit. My dad is 75. born in 1948. He's an old guy. He loves YouTube, just discovered YouTube. He's doing good. Old Australian men are obsessed with YouTube. They're having the best time of anyone on this planet, I think. They don't understand that there's an algorithm that curates the content for them. They just think YouTube is a website with woodworking documentaries and documentaries about World War II. That's what they think. The whole website. My dad will ring me. He's like, mate, have you seen this? It's unbelievable. I used to have magazines for this stuff. And I'll be like, they're stealing your data, cunt. That's what's happening. That's the transaction you've entered into. He's getting old, my dad, 75. He's getting quite morbid as well. He likes to talk about death. I don't like it, but I get it, right? If that's what you're up to, that's what you're up to. It's weird. His favourite saying, and I hate this so much, his favourite saying to anything, whenever he buys something, he always goes, I hope that sees me out. What a grim way to look at a financial trend. This TV better see me out till the end of days, otherwise I want my warranty back. He's weird. He said it. We went to buy a couch over Christmas. I was hanging out with him. He went to buy a couch. He said it to the 22-year-old retail guy that ruined his day, that's for sure. Really put a dent in his day. He was in there and he said, he goes, mate, this couch. He goes, yeah, I reckon I've got 10 to 15 years left. Do you reckon this will see me out? Have you ever looked in the eyes of a retail employee and just known that you're going to be gossip in the staff room later? Because that's where we were. That guy's going to burst in and be like, I just met the weirdest old man. And I think the weather guy from Sunrise. I can't tell who the other guy was, but they're a weird duo to be hanging out. He's morbid. My dad's a weird guy. He was a country musician. That's what he did for a job. And my mum was a naturopath. It was a very strange kind of household to grow up. What that means is that we were poor. That is what that means. There's no kind of way to get around. It also probably means that's why I'm a comedian. You know, you're not going to become a doctor when you're coming from that. You're going to be told you can do anything, and then this is what happens. You do anything, you're like, this is a bad idea. We were poor, and it's weird now because I feel like there's a bit of cultural cachet in Australia now about poor people. People like to talk about the working class, they're like, cosy lives. But poor people, when you're poor, it fucking sucks. You know, rich people don't have that. Rich people have a different mindset. They don't kind of get together and have community around not having any money. They're just like, don't fucking touch my stuff. And that's the mindset they live their entire life through. My parents would tell me we were poor as well, which I always thought was weird. Like as an 8-year-old, they'd be like, Sam, we're very poor. And I always remember thinking, you're poor, don't bring me into it. I'm 8. No one's looking at me to hold the family. No one's being like, well, maybe if the 8-year-old did a bit more, the Tauntons. Don't blame me for your bad life choices, Mum and Dad, all right? I didn't invest heavily in fax machines just as the internet was taking off. It's hardly my fault. My dad, the only time I get to talk to my dad now is he rings me for 2 reasons, right? Number 1, tech support, loves it. Loves it. The other one, family gossip. That's the other one. Tech support's crazy. It's like loves YouTube. The other day, he called me and said, hey, Sam, could you put YouTube on a USB for me? I was like, I don't think anyone can do that, Dad. That's a high-level question to ask. I think we're too mean to old people that can't use technology. And by we, I mean my stupid generation, millennials. We love it. We can't buy a house, so we're like, we're going to fucking tease them and make their... And it is fun, I get it. It is fun, but it's mean, and it is fun, right? You know, be like, do you see Auntie Jeanette tried to take a selfie? It's just her fucking chin. Like, that's some of the best fun you can ever have. But it's rude, and we should stop. Because it's very short-sighted. It's like we're forgetting that in like 40 years' time, like our grandkids are going to be making fun of us for not being able to use technology, and we won't be able to stop it. They'll be like, oh my God, did you see Grandpa? Did you see Grandpa? Oh my God, it killed me. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't even know how to fucking teleport. You see, he tried to touch the hologram modulator. He thought it was an iPad. He tried to swipe it. Oh my God, right? Have you heard about iPads? I read about them in the chip in my brain. It's like ancient technology. And I'll just be an old man just sitting there in the corner being like, come on, kids. Back in my day, if you wanted to learn something, you didn't teleport or use the fancy chip. You did it the old-fashioned way, all right? It meant something. You looked it up on ChatGPT. That's what hard work was. Asking an AI robot to do the heavy lifting for you. It's when life meant something. he was a musician. Mum was a naturopath. It was a very hippie upbringing. And I don't know, I get that there's a vibe in here that I should talk about this. Normally I don't, but I might tonight. Like, very hippie upbringing. And basically what it means is that I am a home birth. Yeah, see, there's a vibe, you see. You guys don't like it, I get it. Any other home births in here? Yeah, pathetic. A lot of it. Okay, you guys were born in a hospital, were you? Disgusting. That's gross. I was born on a tarp next to a Kmart heater, okay? The way God intended it to be. See, there was weird tension there. People don't like it when I talk about being a home birth, and I don't know why. I think they get uneasy. And I've been trying to think about it. I think I've worked out why. I think it's because I don't look like a home birth. Have a look at me. I don't know what a home birth looks like, by the way, but it's not me. I think it's like a white guy DJing with like one fuck dread or something like that. Something's not right. You're like, have a bath maybe. You know, that's the vibe. But that's not my look at all. My look is more like, and I've thought about this as well, my look is more like private school boy who gets murdered at the start of an episode of Law and Order. It checks out, doesn't it? It's real. It hits hard. Like my only line in the episode, it's like first scene, and I'm like, dude, the crypto's crashing. And then it just cuts to me dead in an alleyway, just drawing chalk around my body, cut credit, dum, 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 dum. The weirdest part about me being a home birth as well, and you won't believe this at all, is that the house I grew up in, the house I was born in, right, is opposite a hospital. Like I can 34 Shoalhaven Street now, look it up, there's a hospital 50 metres away, like opposite. And I was born in the front room of the house, right? That's where I was born. And there's a big window that looks at the hospital. So I came out of my mother into this world. The first thing I saw was a hospital. I was like, could we go over there, please? And now the weird fucked up thing is, right, is that now when I go home to see my dad, he still lives in the house that I was born in, right? And the spare room is the room that I was born in. So he makes me sleep in the room that I was born in. Now, that might not mean anything to you guys at all. You might think that's normal. But let me tell you, you have the weirdest fucking dreams of your... I go back to where it all began. You should never go back to where it all began. It's the way you guys aren't spending Christmas in the maternity ward, are you? It's weird. And I lay in that bed and I'm like, I've travelled the world, guys. I haven't gone to India. But like, I get back in that bed, I'm like, you're going nowhere, Taunton. He calls me for family gossip and tech support. I got a call from him earlier this year, and it wasn't a fun call. It wasn't like YouTube on a USB. It was a weird call. He had to let me know our family dog had passed away, Millie, right? Now, I love this dog. We had a lot of dogs. We were poor growing up, so we had a lot of dogs. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of dogs, and Millie was the last one, right? And she passed away, and it was very sad, and my dad called me to let me know, and he was very upset, and he's like, Sam, I'm so sorry. He's like, I've got to let you know Millie's passed away. And he sounded upset, and I was like, Dad, that's horrible. And I was like, was she comfortable, at least, in her final days? How was she doing? He goes, oh, mate. He goes, we had to put her down because I couldn't bear to watch it anymore. It was awful. Her quality of life deteriorated to the point where, just couldn't bear to watch it. And I said, that's horrible. I said, what was she doing? And he goes, oh, mate, you couldn't watch it. He goes, all she would do, she would eat, sleep, and lay in the sun. And I was like, what? And he goes, mate, that's all she would do. She would eat, sleep, and lay in the sun. And I was like, and you put her down? And he goes, yeah, I couldn't bear to watch. And I was like, Dad, I'm not a vet, but I think you've jumped the gun here. Eat, sleep, lay in the sun. What kind of KPIs are you putting on dogs, old man, that they have to live up to your lofty standards? Also, dogs only do like 4 things. They eat, sleep, lay in the sun, maybe chase a ball. That means this dog was at 75% of its best life. No one in this room is at 75%. I was like, so straight away I was like, Dad, you've murdered the dog. That's what's happened here. And he goes, don't say that. I was like, well, you've killed the dog. You need to, often that takes a lot of self-respect, so well done, but you've murdered the dog. And he said, don't say that. And I said, well, get ready. Netflix are coming to your house because you've murdered. It's going to be a great 6-part documentary, but you're going to be the star. And then he said this, he said, Sam, please don't talk about this on stage.
Sorry, Ted.
But I get it, right? Because death is hard, and I think comedy can be some of the best ways to get over kind of death and, you know, big problems, big moments in your life. My grandmother passed away this year as well. My nan, Mary Thurbon, lovely lady. She was 93. She lived a full life, and she passed away. My mum's mum. Right now, I don't talk about my mum in my stand-up that often. Not because she is like, you know, not living a crazy life and I can make fun of her, but because she is just funny. She's just like one of the funniest. But like, she would get into India, is what I'm saying. Like, she's like a funny person. And it was her mum's funeral, right? And we were there, and there was a lot of old people there. It was beautiful. And my grandmother was giving the eulogy at sorry, I'll start that bit again. My grandmother, she didn't, I was very surprised to see her there, if I'm honest. I was like, fucking hell, you look all right to me. My auntie was giving the eulogy at my grandmother's funeral, and halfway through the eulogy, an old man, there was a lot of old people there, he had a heart attack and he like hit the ground, right? He kind of panicked and everyone kind of like didn't know what to do. The eulogy stopped, everyone kind of separated. We called a paramedic. We didn't know what to do. For 45 minutes, the funeral stopped, right? And my mum and I went out the front of the church, right? And we were just standing there waiting for the paramedics to come. And my mum was in silence, right? She wasn't saying anything, and she wouldn't. It's a big moment. It's her mother's funeral, right? So this is all happening. We're just sitting there in silence. There was no small talk. I didn't try, hey, is this a 94 Toyota Corolla? Like, she didn't get any of my best gear. We just stood there in silence. Finally, the paramedics turned up and they got out of the ambulance and they ran up to us. And my mum, who has been silent this entire time, she points at the coffin of her dead mother and she says, "Thank God you're here. Unfortunately, you're too late." That's some cold-ass comedy, Catherine. Isn't it? That's the edgiest joke you could make in that situation. It is. And I'm a comedian. The only thing edgier you could do would be to go up to the guy who had the heart attack and be like, "Hey, mate, 2 for 1 on the venue, maybe? We booked it. You finish it off, maybe." But I was hanging with my dad over Christmas, and it was great. I don't get to see him that often, right? Because he's 75. He kind of lives there, and Millie had just passed away, and it was just me and him. It was great. Kevin, he was with his family. So it was just us, just hanging out, right? And it was great because I don't get to spend time with him anymore, so I really enjoyed it, and we just started hanging out. Millie had passed away, so it was just us two. And I couldn't help but find myself, and I didn't want to do this, but I just kind of found myself monitoring his movements. You know, just like seeing what he gets up to during the day. And he doesn't do much. You know, he's an old guy. He's 75, you know. He eats a lot, that's for sure. We shared a few meals together. That's definitely something we did. He sleeps as well. He's a big 8 hours a night type of guy, this fella, you know, loves it, sleeps in. And because he's retired, he just spends most of the day just sitting in the sunroom. Anyway, so I murdered my dad over Christmas. But it's just good to know the couch saw him out. Guys, thanks so much for coming.